Hello, Rad Chad here. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a really quick, barely edited video tutorial on how to use controller for Equestrian the Game on Bluestacks. Now, for here, I'm just gonna assume a few things. First, I'm gonna assume that you have Bluestacks downloaded and that you have Equestrian the Game downloaded. And also that you have a controller that you can use. I will put up a list of which controllers are able to be used with your computer, or BlueStacks, my bad. And same thing, right? Anywho, ignore all that. Okay, you're gonna use a controller because it is literally life saving. Now you could skip this part. I'm just gonna do a really quick showcase of why I use a controller. So I have my horse Spectacular Gray Wolf here, and I'm just gonna show you some of these controls. So, um, I still use my mouse, so I still keep my mouse plugged in to kind of like navigate some of the little things. And then this is the best part with the controller is that you can control your reins with the left stick. So right now I'm doing like a whole circle. Grey Wolf hates that. It is really, really nice to have a stick to control the reins. I feel like this is how everyone should play the game because it just feels so natural to have the left stick as reins. So, again, these controllers may vary depending on what kind of controller you use, but if you're using a PlayStation controller, I don't think it matters if it's the 4 or 5, then these are the controls that you're gonna have. So, yeah, like I said, I'll just do a really quick rundown of how this looks in real time. In case you're still not convinced, I just gotta make sure that we're on the same page when it comes to being able to use, this controller scheme. So yeah, I'm 100% using controller right now. You can see when I move my mouse, but it's just like to click things. As far as like the training goes, 100% controller. And so I am just able to hit X repeatedly. I can hit, sometimes the petting isn't always responsive, so you just gotta hit it a few times, and then it's like, oh, you want me to pet. But that's the only issue I've had with this controller scheme, and the petting has never not worked for me, just sometimes doesn't always register. But so far this controller scheme has been perfect otherwise. I've done a few iterations of this to make it as efficient as possible. And then I'm using the reins to turn slightly. The reins do have a big range on the left side, as you'll see with the controls. And it makes it really easy to cue for jumps, to pull back, all those fun things. And then the right trigger for the camera angle makes it really easy to rotate the camera when you want to get, the really good angles. And yeah, playing with controller, it just feels so good. Like, I know a lot of people say this, but I think this game should be on PC when they get the chance, and also allow controller support, because this feels really good. Anyways, enough of me jabbering on. Go ahead and say bye-bye to Spectacular Gray Wolf. He did good. Let's go ahead and leave, and then I will show you how to do this. Alrighty, so, how do you get these awesome controller controls for Equestrian the Game? Well, the first step is, of course, like I said, you already have BlueStacks, you already have Equestrian the Game, and you have a compatible controller. I'll put a list up, but as long as you're compatible controller, you can do this. Now, I'm going to show you the easiest way, because although you can go in here and do the control editing all yourself, this is what it looks like, by the way. Connect your controller. Second thing, go into control editor. Third thing is make sure on the very top up here, gamepad is selected, right? And then these are the controls. Now, this is the hard way. You can set this up yourself. It's not really that hard. Really, it's just the D-pad you have to turn to left stick, and then most of these are just tap spots. And then I just have the petting to be repeated spots because it's a little finicky, right? But this is the hard way, okay? I made it easier for y'all. I have a download of the controls as a file. You will find that in the description of the video, and with the download, all you have to do is the link. Whoops, hold up. The link will send you to something like this. Now, this is all gibberish, right? You don't have to look at any of this. All you need to do is download it. So you're going to download this, okay? You're going to download it and you're going to save it somewhere safe. I'll just put mine in desktop, okay? Alright, so now that we have that safe and sound, okay, so now it's gonna be on my desktop somewhere here. Here it is. So this little file right here is the control file. Now you're gonna see it's a weird file type. It's like CFG. It doesn't matter. Okay, it's just it's a file basically telling Bluestacks, hey, these are the controls that it's gonna need to be set up with. So from there, what you're gonna do, you're gonna download it. You already have it downloaded on your computer. Controls editor. And then up here, you're going to see a couple options. What I did was I had to export it to make it into a file. And what you're going to do, you're going to import it. And what this is going to do is this is going to prompt for you to open up your file explorer to be able to import a control scheme. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to desktop. And there's a lot of shit on my desktop. But what I'm looking for is that file. I could just be blind. Oh, yep, yes I am. So yeah, so that's the file. And then you go to import. And then, yep, that one. And then it's gonna name to 1, that's fine. Or you could, I have mine pre-named to ETG, but you can name whatever you want. And then import. And that's it. And it should just import successfully because it's literally like the same game and all that. And then now you can see is I have ETG and ETG1. And I mean, they're the same exact thing. But now that you imported it, all these control, and then make sure you save your changes, will be right here. And then if you have trouble remembering what is what, just do the on-screen controls until, on-screen controls until you get the hang of the controls. Feel free to comment if you have any questions. Sorry this is a little, not the cleanest video, but it's a video that gets a point across. Alright, take care.